This is the year we're going to take back the House. We're going to take back the Senate. And we're going to take back America. And in 2024, most importantly, we are going to take back our magnificent White House. We're going to take it back. But first, we have to secure a massive victory for Tim Michels in this primary. So go get your friends, go get your family, and go get out to vote. That's going to be a very important election. So, Tim, good luck, right? Go and get them. Together, we will fight for more jobs for Wisconsin families, fair trade for Wisconsin workers, and more Wisconsin factories forging more products stamped with that beautiful phrase, made in the USA. We will shut down Biden's border disaster, reinstitute our strong Remain in Mexico policy, strengthen the patriots of ICE and Border Patrol. We will again end catch and release, one of the dumbest programs ever. We will end chain migration. We will end the visa lottery, and we will clamp down on illegal immigration, just like we did less than 2 years ago when we set record lows on illegal immigration and drugs. We will stop the crime wave in Democrat-run cities. We will give our police the power they need and the respect they deserve. And we will not take immunity protection away from our police. We will restore law and order in America. We will hold China accountable for unleashing the virus upon the world. We will protect innocent life. We will defend our Constitution. We will defend our totally under siege Second Amendment. It's under siege. They want to take your guns away. The bad guys can have guns because they're not giving them up. So the bad guys will have the guns. And we will proudly uphold the Judeo-Christian values and principles of our nation's founder. We will restore patriotic education to our schools, and we will teach our children to love their country, honor our history, and to always respect our great American flag. And in conclusion, our MAGA movement, the greatest movement of all times in this country and in many other countries, no matter where you go, it's the greatest political movement of all time, probably the greatest movement of all time. And you know, the fake news is back there, a lot of them. They never even question me on it. You know, if I say something that's slightly off Diane, they say, oh, that was, they've never questioned. I say it's the greatest political movement of all time in our country and beyond our country too, but in our country. And they never question me, the fake news. Together we are standing up against some of the most menacing forces, entrenched interests, and vicious opponents our people have ever seen. A friend of mine recently said that I was the most persecuted person in the history of our country. So, when I thought about it, I actually felt that he may very well be right. We had a Russia scam that was covered religiously by the media, even though they knew it was fake news. They knew it. They knew it all. It all came out. It turned out to be a concocted fairy tale made up by crooked Hillary Clinton, the Democrats, and a sleazeball writer named Christopher Steele, and a coordinated effort with, of all places, you know who they worked with? Russia. They worked with Russia. Do you believe this? This could only happen to me. Then I had impeachment hoax number 1. Impeachment hoax number 2, and the Mueller investigation resulting in a verdict after 2 years of no collusion. They said Trump didn't collude with Russia. Who has been through anything like this? Seriously. Certainly no politician, and definitely no president. All of this while I was doing so much as president, including creating the most secure border in American history, record tax and regulatory cuts, $1.87 gasoline, no inflation, low interest rates, record growth in real wages, greatest economy in history, rebuilding our entire military, the historic Abraham Accords, bringing peace to the Middle East, Jerusalem, the capital of Israel, and so much more. Now we have the January 6th Unselect Committee of Political Hacks and Thugs. And these are the very same people who perpetrated the lies that I was an agent of Russia, like Shifty Adam Schiff, Watermelon Head, and others who are standing before the same microphones that they have for the last 5 years and doing the exact same thing with January 6th as they did with all the previous assaults on our country and on my family. They assaulted my family. Think of it. Adam Schiff made up, along with Crooked Hillary and others, they made up the Russia hoax. And then I watched Adam Schiff stand at the microphones, so sanctimonious, and say, Donald Trump Jr. should go to jail for what he did with Russia. Now think of that. He made up a story, a fake story, and he's suggesting that my son, a good kid, go to jail on a story that he knows is fake. What do you think about that, Diane? Not good, right? So where does it stop? Where does it end? It probably doesn't, probably not stop, because despite outside dangers, we have great outside dangers with China and Russia, and if we're not careful, we're going to end up in World War III, I can tell you that, because we're not handling anything right. Our biggest threat remains the sick, sinister, and evil people from within our country, the same people that we're talking about. Never forget, everything this corrupt establishment is doing to me is all about preserving their power and control over the American people, you. They want to damage me in any form so I can no longer represent the hardworking citizens of our country. And based on the poll numbers, they're going to have to start doing it because we're leading everybody, Republicans and Democrats. So I guess that's their only option. And the fake news media, these people right back there, a lot of them, is totally complicit in what's happening. If I renounce my beliefs, if I agreed to stay silent, if I stayed home, or if I stayed in my basement like Joe Biden did, the persecution would stop immediately. That's what they want me to do, and it would all be very nice. I'd have a very nice life. But I can't do that, and I will not do that, because I love our country and the people of our country. I love them so much. And I'm not doing this for me, because I had a very good and luxurious life before entering the wonderful world of politics. I'm doing this for you, and it's my honor to do it. Because if I don't do it, I believe our nation is doomed to become another Venezuela, or become another Soviet Union, or become a very large-scale version of Cuba, where all is lost and there is no hope whatsoever. No matter how big or powerful the corrupt radicals we are fighting against may be, you must never forget, this nation does not belong to them. This nation belongs to you. Belongs to you. This is your home. This is your heritage. And our American liberty is your God-given right. From Madison till Milwaukee, from Janesville to Green Bay, from Kenosha to right here in Waukesha, we inherit the legacy of Wisconsin patriots who braved incredible dangers to carve out life in a vast and wild but wonderful frontier. We stand on the shoulders of American giants who crossed the oceans, explored the continent, settled the Great Plains, won the Wild West, laid down the railroads, raised up the incredible, beautiful, great skyscrapers, conquered the skies, fought 2 world wars and won, defeated fascism and communism, mastered spaceflight, and made America into the single greatest nation in the history of the world. But now we are a nation in decline. We are a nation that is failing. We are a nation that is hurting so badly. We are a nation that has the highest inflation in over 40 years, and where the stock market just finished the worst first half of the year since 1872. Think of that. Likewise, we are a nation that has the highest energy costs in its history. We are no longer energy independent or energy dominant as we were just 2 short years ago. We are a nation that is begging Venezuela, Saudi Arabia, and many others for oil. Please, please, please help us, Joe Biden says. Yet we have more liquid gold under our feet than any other country in the world. We are a nation that is consumed by the radical left's Green New Deal, yet everyone knows that the Green New Deal will lead to our destruction. We are a nation that surrendered in Afghanistan, leaving behind dead soldiers, American citizens, and $85 billion worth of the finest military equipment anywhere in the world. We are a nation that allowed Russia to devastate a country, Ukraine, killing hundreds of thousands of people, and it will only get worse. It would never have happened with me as your commander-in-chief. And it didn't. It didn't happen. Never happened. And China, with Taiwan, is next. Just watch what's happening. You see it happening before you. How stupid it was that she went. We are a nation that has weaponized its law enforcement like never before against the opposing political party. They send their law enforcement out to get them because they can't beat us at the polls, so let's lock them up. We are a nation that no longer has a free and fair press. Fake news is all you get, and they are the enemy of the people. We are a nation where free speech is no longer allowed, where crime is rampant like never before, where the economy has been collapsing, where more people died of COVID in 2021 than in 2020. We are a nation that is allowing Iran to build a massive nuclear weapon, which they are incredibly being allowed to do right now as we speak, and China to use the trillions and trillions of dollars it has taken from past administrations to build a military to more than rival our own. And just 2 years ago, we had Iran, China, Russia, and North Korea in check. They weren't going to do a thing against the United States. They weren't going to hurt us. Everyone knows that's true. Even the radical left Democrats say it. They weren't going to do a thing against the United States when Trump was president. And perhaps most importantly, we are a nation that is no longer respected or listened to around the world. We are a nation that in many ways has become a joke. And we are a nation that is hostile to liberty, freedom, and faith. We are a nation that allows men to play sports on women's teams and dominate those teams. We are a nation whose airports are a disaster, whose flights never leave on time, and whose passengers are stranded all over our country. We are a nation whose economy is floundering, whose stores are not stocked, whose deliveries are not coming, and whose educational system is ranked at the bottom of every list. But we are not going to let this continue. 2 years ago, we had the greatest country that we've ever had. We were doing better than we had ever done. And soon we will have greatness again. We will have greatness again. It was hardworking patriots like you who built this country. And it is hardworking patriots like you who are going to save our country. We will stand up to the radical left lunatics and rhinos and we will fight for America like no one has ever fought before. There is no mountain we cannot climb. There is no summit we cannot reach. There is no challenge we cannot meet. There is no victory we cannot have. We will not bend. We will not break. We will not yield. We will never give in. We will never give up. We will never, ever, ever back down. As long as we are confident and united, the tyrants we are fighting do not stand even a little chance. Because we are Americans, and Americans kneel to God and to God alone. My fellow citizens, this incredible journey we are on together has only just begun, and it is time to start talking about greatness for our country again. We are one movement, one people, one family, and one glorious American nation. So with the help of everyone here today and the citizens all across our land, we will make America powerful again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you, Wisconsin. Thank you very much.